Hi everyone, this is Venkatanarayana. Today I am going to discuss fundamental analysis of Tasty Bites. We are going to discuss 15 years history of Tasty Bite, how it became multi-bagger. Tasty Bites increased from 140 rupees to 13,000 rupees in 10 years. I will discuss the history of Tasty Bites, how it became multi-bagger. Here we have history of Tasty Bite. The Tasty Bite brand was launched in the US in 1995 with 5 all-natural, ready-to-eat Indian entries. 20 years later, it is America's largest brand of prepared Indian food today. Our products are available in US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and UK. Our products include Indian meals, Asian meals, noodles, and line of organic ready-to-eat rices and whole grains. In India, we launched the Tasty Bite food service business in 2006. We make a range of sauces and farmed frozen products to leaders in the food service industry. Now we'll check products of Tasty Bites. Here, consumer business. They have different varieties from Asian noodles, Indian entries, rices. If you click on this one, here we have different types of Asian noodles. Here vegetarian, here vegan, and gluten free. If you click on all products, here they have different types of products. If you click on rices, here they have different varieties of rices. Now we'll check 2006 Tasty Bites annual report. Now we'll see how Tasty Bites became multi-bagger from 2006 to 2020. First, I'll open website here. Here go to investors and click on annual report. Here we have annual reports from 2006 to 2020. I will download 2006 annual report. Here it contains 67 pages annual report. We'll check this 67 pages and then we'll analyze what is status of Tasty Bites at 2006. This is annual report of 2005 and 2006 financial year. Tasty Bite Eatables Limited. Here we have annual report content. Here we need to concentrate on message from the office of the chairman, corporate information, later management discussion and analysis report, balance sheet, profit and loss statement, and cash flow statement. We'll go down. These are financial statements from 2002 to 2005. If you see this one, here in 2001 and 2, 14.44 crores revenue. In 2002, 2003, 17 crores. Here 13 crores. Here 22 crores. Here 26 crores. In 2003, 2004, revenue was decreased from 17 crores to 30 crores. This is a gross profit. In 2001, 2002, 9 crores 36 lakhs. Here 10 crores, 7.32 crores, 10.82 crores, 13.80 crores. In 2003-4, gross profits were reduced. Here we have operating expenses. Here we have net profit. If you observe net profits, in 2002, 2.29 crores, 2002-3, 1.17 crores. Here profit was decreased. In 2003-4, here they have losses. How much the losses? 2.43 crores. In 2005, they have 26 lakhs loss. In 2005 and 6, 55 lakhs profit. If you observe these profits, 2003-4 and 2004-5, they have losses. Go down. Here, Ashok Vasudevan is the chairman and Ravi Nigam is the executive director. We need to remember these people names: Ashok Vasudevan and Ravi Nigam. Here Sohal Sikari is the alternative director. Here Kalyaniwala and Mistry is a chartered accounts. Now we need to focus on message from the chairman. We'll read line by line and we'll try to understand few points from these messages. On a significantly large revenue base, your company continued to grow in both revenues and profitability for the period 2005 to 2006. Revenues at 26.8 crores grew 17% from 22.9 crores the previous year. There were significant improvements in the quality of overall operations, and earnings grew from 1.34 crores last year to 3 crores this year. Here, revenues grow from 22.9 crores to 26.8 crores, and EBITDA grows from 1.34 crores to 3 crores. This is a positive point. Later, you will recall that last year, 2004-5, the company reported an after-tax loss of about 27 lakhs. That means previous year they got 27 lakhs loss. This was primarily driven by a spurt in interest costs because of the lost capital outlay of modernization and expansion of the plant. This year, the benefit of those investments have begun to pay off. The company's after-tax profit for the year stands at 56 lakhs. Here, they are giving reason for previous year loss. What is the reason? So, reason is this was primarily driven by spurt in interest cost because of the large capital outlay for modernization and expansion of the plant. Due to expansion of the plant, they got loss in the previous year. This year, due to expansion, they got profits. Clearly, the key financial indicators of growth and profitability are all in the right direction. But more importantly, the management believes that your company is poised to sustain this growth in the years ahead. For the year gone by, if I have to characterize your company in two words, it will have to be strategy and mission. You will recall that last year report carried the revised mission statement of the company. The statement was not intended nor did it result in becoming a well hanger. It actually resulted in sharpening our focus for each and every business and functioning within a company has each designed its own mission, statement, and articulated objects in line with the company's overall mission. Consequently, we articulated a clear strategy and sought a common understanding of the company's long-term goals and objectives. We have also begun the implementation of the balanced scorecard. This is an ongoing effort and is yet far from complete. I do not see this exercise of designing a strategy or a mission statement as a one-time effort, but as a continuous process and almost a way of life in the company. We'll omit these things. In specific terms, what does this do? It helps build a common understanding of where the company is headed and how it plans to get there. Okay, this point we'll note it down. It helps us sharply differentiate ourselves from our competitors. It makes it easier to build operating plans and set objectives for all departments and functions within the company. It helps articulate measures that we will adopt to judge our performance by. The list of benefits is virtually endless. Here, the MD and A section of this annual report does highlight some of the indices we adopted for several departments and highlights their performance. We'll omit these points. Here, As you read this year's annual report, I think you will agree with my assessment that your company is indeed well positioned to continue its leadership in the country's prepared foods industry in terms of its products, technology, innovation, and as the country's leading exporter to major international markets. We'll note it down this point. Here we have notices. We need to check any important notices are there. We'll omit these points. Here, appointment for Ravi Nigam as Executive Director. So here, period of appointment 5 years with effective from July 2006 unless terminated by either side to 3 months notice period. Here, remuneration. We need to check here. Here, we need to check borrowing powers of the board of directors. Presently, the board of directors is authorized to borrow money up to 8 crores. We need to note it down this point. At any time with respect to the paid up capital and free reserves. In order to provide additional funds needed for new projects and outgoing long-term working capital requirements, in, sub, in supersession of all earlier resolutions, it is proposed to increase the present limit of 8 crores to 15 crores. Note this point. Later, omit these points. Here, we need to read information about Ravi Nigam. Ravi Nigam is about 46 years, is the executive director, president of the company presently. He holds a degree in chemistry and master degree in rural management from the Institute of Rural Management, Anand. He has vast domestic and international experience of over 25 years in foods and agriculture sector. So he has experience in foods and agriculture sector. So Tasty Bite is also related to food. So this is a positive point. He was the chief general manager of Balapur Industries Limited before joining this company. So here remuneration of Ravi Nigam 19 lakhs 25,000, that means 1 lakh 60,000 per month. Here recognition or awards. Ravi Nigam started his career with Britannia Industries where he led the team for exports, achieving star trading house status. He then joined Pepsi India startup team and set up the company's own basmati rice plant and a network of high quality suppliers. Later, he set up his own business specializing in agri-export, consulting and working on large soya, rice, wheat projects for such blue chip clients as Pepsi, L&T, Procter and Gambler, Tata Exports, and Ballarpur Industries. Later, he headed Ballarpur Industries Commodity Foods Group as a chief general manager. He has taken charge of Tasty Bites Eatables in 1997 when it was SIC unit under BIFR. He turned it around in a couple of years and made the company a profit making unit. Here, job profile. The industry needs constant efforts at production innovation, research and development to provide cutting edge technology, high-end varied quality standards in USA, Europe, Middle East, Japan, logistics support to boost exports, besides a thrust in domestic market including defense, urban and semi-urban markets. We'll explore these points. Here we have director reports. In director reports, we have revenue and profits. Here revenue is 26 crores, previous years is 22 crores. And profit or loss before tax. Previous year 40 lakhs loss. This year 1.67 profit before tax. Here they have taxes. Finally, previous year 26 loss. Here previous year 26 lakhs loss, 2006 55 lakhs profits. This is a positive point. Then here dividend. In view of the accumulated losses of previous years, your directors are unable to recommend any dividend. So here, due to previous year's losses, they didn't declare any dividend. We'll exclude these points. Here we have power and fuel consumption. So purchased unit, this is 21 lakhs 49,072 and previous year is 16 lakhs 75,460 and total amount 90 lakhs 63,000, previous year 74 lakhs. So that means power cost was increased. Previous year power cost per unit is 4.46 rupees. This year 4.21 rupees. Here power cost per unit is decreased, but they used more power, so they paid 90 lakhs power cost. And also own generation through diesel generator. A very small amount of electric power was generated through 540 VA DC sets installed at standby arrangements whenever there is power shortage from MSEB, mainly for sustaining running of the cold storage plant. They didn't use coal to generate power. Here furnace oil. So how much amount they spend for oil to produce power? Here this year 37 lakhs 75,000. Okay, we'll go to research and development. Here, with continuous change in business and technology, investments in research and development need to be made. In striving to achieve innovation through R&D, the company has set up a modern in-house R&D research center lab within its corporate office at 204 Mayfair Towers, Pune. The company developed in its R&D center several new products such as ready-to-meals, fill-ups, and nutritionally engineered meals for its customer worldwide. This is a positive point. Further, the company has also made developments in packaging. The company has introduced large family pack for large stores in USA. This is positive point. Benefit derived as a result of above R&D. The above development has benefited in growth of exports to 21 crores 29 lakhs in the current year from 18 crores 99 lakhs in the previous year. Due to R&D, the exports was increased from 18.99 crores to 21.29 crores. This is a positive point. Here we have future plan of action. Here they have future plan. We need to check in the future annual reports that they did these things or not. The future plan of action for the company is develop new products in institutional and shelf-stable and frozen range products. Expenditure on research and development. Here, the expenditure is 15 lakhs 11,000 for R&D. Here they spent 15 lakhs 11,000 and exports increased from 19 crores to 21 crores. That means 2 crores 29 lakhs. That is a positive point. So we'll omit these points. Here foreign exchange earnings and outgo. So here CIF value of imports, capital goods 1.13 crores, packaging material 2.02 crores, raw material 9.29 lakhs. So here expenditure included foreign currency, here 16 lakhs and here 12 lakhs. Earnings in foreign currency, here 18.88 crores, interest earning 17 lakhs. Then we'll exclude these points. Here we have remuneration for directors. Ravi Nigam, whole-time director for 5 years. So he got 19 lakhs 25,400 as a remuneration, and Sohail Sikari got 14 lakhs 83,000 as a remuneration. We'll exclude these points. So here in April 2005, high price of Tasty Bite is 28.90 pies, low price is 25 pies. Low price is 25 rupees 10 pies. In March 2006, high is 48 rupees, low is 38 rupees. Here we have promoter holding. We need to consider promoter holding from starting to ending. In 2006, promoter holding is 74.22%. This is very high. This is positive point. Here foreign institutional investors contain 0.57% and Indian public contains 22.48%. We'll exclude these points. So we'll read these things. The mission statement was drafted after recognizing industry megatrends in the food sector. They pronounced preference for natural, convenient, and specialty foods in all international markets. This also led us to identify 5 competitive advantages that we believe will help establish us as an industry leader in our chosen segment. One is product and process innovation, low cost manufacturing, integration, versatility, customer partnership. Results of this focused strategy have begun to yield results with a top line growth of 17% during the year. Due to concentration on these points, here top line was improved 17%. This positive point. This was achieved through expansion of the company's product offerings, increased presence in key markets, and strategic investments in the Tasty Bite Research Center. The momentum generated by the new mission statement and the implementation of the research strategy is expected to produce sustained growth in both revenues and profitability over the next few years. Here, they invested on Tasty Bite Research Center. This is positive point. Here, revenues for the year 2005-2006. Only we'll check those points. Here we need to consider on this point. The company's product portfolio can be divided into 2 main parts. One is prepared meals and food intermediates, with the main business coming from ready to serve meals. While Tasty Bite products sell in several international markets, our major focus continues to be North America, Australia, and India. They're focusing on North America, Australia, and India. The company launched a large number of new products in 2005-6 in existing as well as new markets. These include a range of Indian and Asian meals, as well as nutritionally enriched foods for customers with specific dietary requirements. Here, the growth of the company's export performance over the past 5 years. Apart from RTS business, the company has frozen vegetable section, that is FES, that includes an IQF plant and cold store. The market for frozen vegetables continues to grow both domestically and internationally. The company continued to act as a converter to leading players in the domestic market by offering its IQF plant for toll processing and as a cold store warehouse. However, the peace freezing activity was lower than expected during the year due to its inclement weather conditions. The FES is likely to become a significant contributor of revenue and profits from next year onwards. The setting of the state-of-the-art frozen food facility for the manufacture of range of patties, pies, and other snack foods for rapidly expanding frozen foods market in India and abroad. Here, they told like FES is likely to become a significant contributor of revenue and profits from next year onwards. So they are telling due to FES, the revenue and profits will be increased. We need to check this point is correct or not in the future annual reports. Here discussion on key operating indicators, exports, sales and incentives. Here 17% is increased, institutional sales 7% decreased, cold storage and processing 40% increased, other income 17%. Here, special support from the Government of India for agri industries was announced in the form of Vishesh Krishi Upas Yojana scheme during last year. As per the new Exim policy, we shall be entitled for as per the new Exim policy, we shall be entitled for duty credit equivalent to 5% of FOB value of exports. Here, they have 5% of FOB value for exports. Now we'll check expenditure analysis. First is material cost. Material cost went up during the year from 55.51% to 57.5%. Much of these costs are attributed to new business and products where purchasing and consumption efficiencies were not good as in the existing business. A cash crunch during majority of the year also is resulted in the company's inability to buy most raw materials and packaging materials on a cash basis. So here one negative point. What is the negative point? A cash crunch during majority of the year also resulted in the company's inability to buy most raw materials and packaging material on cash basis, which result in an increase in purchasing cost. So this is the negative point for the company. The company's inability to hold inventory of key imported packaging materials also causes the company to air freight packaging materials into India, adversely affect purchasing cost. However, by the end of the year, the company's cash position had vastly improved with preferred brands international, improving its payments term of TVL. This has improved the company's ability to renegotiate better terms with all its vendors as well as build up inventory of key seasonal raw materials by buying large quantities of material when prices are low. These measures should be yield handsome returns in the next year. So this is a positive point. Here we have freight cost. We need to concentrate on these things to analyze future growth of the company. On account of spiraling petroleum prices, sea freight to major destinations across the world increased. So these are negative points for the company. The company continued negotiations with the several freight companies and freight consolidations throughout the year to contain costs. This resulted in block booking and has helped bring down freight costs once again, the benefits which will be seen next year. Next, fuel and electricity cost. The company experienced a sharp rise in the cost of both power and fuel. So, this is a negative point. While power was on account of increase in the maximum demand charges imposed by the Maharashtra Electric Supply Board, furnace oil prices increased as a result of an overall increase in the petrol prices. So, this is the negative point. The company has now reconfigured its frozen vegetables processing activities by carrying out most of its frozen processing at night when the electricity levy is the lowest. The company has also recognized the long-term problem of increasing costs of petroleum and decided to switch to briquette-fired broiler. Briquettes are compacted from agricultural waste, are eco-friendly and have a significantly lower operational cost. This conversion should be completed soon and will help significantly reduce the cost of utilities. Here, due to high price of petroleum and electricity, they tried alternative ways. What is alternative ways? One is by carrying out most of its frozen processing at night when the electricity levy is the lowest. This is one point. Another one is the company has also recognized the long-term problem of increasing cost of petroleum and has decided to switch to briquette-fired broiler. Briquettes are compacted from agricultural waste, are eco-friendly and have a significantly lower operational cost. So this is the positive point. Later we have human resources. So here the company continued its efforts in training at all levels of organization that includes sponsorships, certifications, classroom, and on-the-job training. All of these we see a continuous efforts, and the results of these are borne out through increased productivity, new product introductions, widespread innovations, and a highly committed workforce. For instance, in the manufacturing alone, due to process innovations, high quality of maintenance, and a better trained workforce capacity utilization increases significantly and resulted in 2024 metric ton of products being produced in 2005-2006 compared with 1506 metric ton in 2004 and 5. The management records its sincere appreciation of the efforts of all its employees. So here this is a positive point. Next here quality. They got some certificate like ISO 9001. Okay, so here we need to concentrate on opportunities, threats, risks, and concerns. So the management remains optimistic of the company's performance moving ahead and estimates that profit will further increase in 2006-2007. Growth in revenue will be driven by width of distribution in key markets, increased product offering, allowing for new users of the company products as well as increasing frequency of usage. In Indian market, your company will focus upon the institutional business wherein it will look at providing intermediate and finished products to institutions and the food service industry. Here they are providing services to institutions, not individual customers. Strong customer partnership with will continue to be forced with leading food companies in the country. Here, one of the big risks that the company sees is the decline of the US dollar against the Indian rupee. A large portion of the company's export sales are priced in dollars, and decline in the US dollar can have a material adverse impact on the company's revenues and profitability. So, this is a negative point. In order to mitigate such risk, the company seeks advice of senior bankers and for forex experts and carries out an advance booking of the USD dollar against the future exports. The company has factored in these risks while casting its future plans and has taken adequate steps in order to minimize the impact of these factors of the company performance. Here we have internal control systems and their adequacy. We'll exclude these points. Here financial and commercial. Raw materials to raw material percentage to sales, that is 23 percentage. Packaging material to sales 36 percentage. Gross margin as of total revenue 41 percentage. EBITDA 11 percentage. Working capital to sales 33 percentage. Here number of pouches per day 24,374. Here material wastage 1.18 percentage. Metric tons per day 6 metric tons per day. We'll exclude these points. Here we have balance sheet. In balance sheet, previous year share capital is 3 lakh. Here previous year share capital is 3 crores 16 lakhs. Here also same. Reserves and surplus also same. Why means previous year they have losses, so reserves and surplus was not increased. So it's same. Later loans and funds. Previous year they have secured loans as 5 crores 28 lakhs 27,000. This year 1 crore 91 lakhs. That means they reduce the secured loans and unsecured loans also. Previous year 2 crores 22 lakhs. This year 53 lakhs. So this is a positive point. Here cross block was increased from 1.12 12 crores 41 lakhs to 12 crores 86 lakhs. Here capital work in progress. Last year they don't have any work in progress. This year 1 crore 88 lakhs work in progress. This is in 2006. Here inventories 2 crores 48 lakhs to 2 crores 92 lakhs. Sundry debtors here 13 crores 30 lakhs to 7 crores 64 lakhs. That means here half of the sundry debtors was decreased. This is a positive point. Here cash and bank balances, it was increased from 22 lakhs to 52 lakhs, and loans and advances 3 crores 7 lakhs to 3 crores 79 lakhs. Here they don't have. Here net current assets 7 crores 42 lakhs. Here we have profit and loss account statement. Here sales is 20 crores 45 lakhs in previous year. This year 22 crores 63 lakhs. Like that. Here totally 26 crores 82,000. Here total revenue is 26 lakhs. Here total revenue is 26 crores 82,000. If you see this one, profit before deferred tax, previous year 40 lakhs loss, this year 1 crore 67 lakhs profit. So here they paid deferred tax as 80 lakhs. So profit or loss after tax, previous year 25 lakhs loss, this year 82 lakhs profit. So this is a positive point. Here we have authorized capital and issued, subscribed and paid up. So here 25 lakhs 62,000 equity shares of 10 rupees, that is 2 crores 56 lakhs 60,000. Okay, here they have secure loans borrowing from banks. So last year cash credit is 2 crores 70 lakhs, this year no cash credits. So only loan from PBI, that is 1 crore 91 lakhs from loan from PBI. We need to check note 2 of schedule 17. So here intercorporate deposit, these unsecured loans, previous year 90 lakhs, this year 50 lakhs. Next, loans from directives or relatives, previous year 1 crore 16 lakhs, this year no unsecured loans from directives. Interest accrued and due, that is 3 lakhs 68,000. Here we have fixed assets, we have gross block and depreciation net block. Okay, so freehold land 2005 they have 2 lakhs 55,000. This year also same, and buildings is previous year 19 lakhs 99 lakhs 87,000. This year 93 lakhs 87,000. Plants and machinery 3 crores 14 lakhs to 3 crores 4 lakhs. So here capital work in progress in 2006, that is 1 crore 88 lakhs. Finally, previous year is 4 crores 63,000. This year 6 crore 32 lakhs. So here investments, so all are very less. So this is Shamrao Vital Cooperative Bank, that is 50,000. So we need to concentrate on sundry debtors, that is receivables. So here debts outstanding for a period exceeding 6 months, including doubtful debts 12 crores, including doubtful debts 2 lakhs 11,000. So previous year is 3 crores 82 lakhs receivables, this year 79 lakhs. That means they collected most of the receivables. So it was reduced drastically. This is a positive point. Here other debts, previous year 9 crores 55 lakhs, this year 6 crores 96 lakhs. This one also reduced. This is a positive point. Provisions for doubtful debts, previous year that is 7 lakhs, this year 12 lakhs. Here loans and advances, so here current liabilities, here sundry debtors Now here sundry creditors, that means they need to pay. So previous year is 4 crores 8 lakhs, this year 4 crores 85 lakhs. Other liabilities, here it was increased, previous year 1 crore 3 lakhs, here 1 crore 86 lakhs. Here operational income, cold storage rent. Previous year is 42 lakhs 46,000, this year is 64 lakhs. Processing charges, it was increased from 55 lakhs to 72 lakhs. Export incentives, here previous year is 1 crore 21 lakhs, here 2 crores 28 lakhs. In other income, we have like sundry balances written back. So they got 21 lakhs written back, and also excess provision written back, that one also they got 17 lakhs. This is a positive point. Here we have manufacturing and other expenses. If you want to check in detail, then check these all the things. Like here, rent, rates and taxes. So these are expenses. How much they paid? Previous year they paid 14 lakhs. This year they paid 18 lakhs. We'll see here salaries, wages, bonus and gratuity. These are big amount. How much it is? 2 crores 96 lakhs to 3 crores 19 lakhs. And here stores and spares consumed. Previous year 1 crore 24 lakhs. Here 1 crore 14 lakhs. Power and fuel, previous year 70 lakhs, this year 97 lakhs. It was increased. Here interest and finance charges. With banks, previous year is 15 lakhs, current year 32 lakhs. Totally here 1 crore 4 lakhs, here 77 lakhs. It was reduced, that means they paid debt. We'll exclude these things. Here we need to concentrate on this one, secure loans. During the year, the company TBEL has taken ECB of 1.3 million from Preferred Brands International LLC USA. Here they took loan as 1.3 million dollars. Its ultimate holding company for capacity expansion. So this PBA is the parent company. This for capacity expansion and moderation of the existing manufacturing infrastructure. TBEL has received RBI approval. Here, as per the agreement between TBEL and BBI, the whole amount 1.3 million is earmarked by BBI for TBEL, and hence TBEL is required to pay the interest at the applicable rates on the whole amount, irrespective of actual drawdowns. As a result, TBEL has provided for interest of the complete amount of 1.3 million for the proportionate period, whereas only the amount of actual drawdown has been shown under secure loans. We need to concentrate on this point. Next, contingent liabilities. Claims against company not acknowledged as debt and not provided for. Sales tax demand disputed by the company under appeal as 9 lakhs 3,000. Income tax claim disputed by the company 2 lakhs 81,000. This is a small amount. So here guarantees given by the company bankers against counter guarantee given by the company, that is 9 lakhs 50,000, secured by deposit of 17 lakhs 59,615. Estimated amount of contract remaining to be executed on capital account and not provided for 77 lakhs 87,000. we need to check in detail about these contingent liabilities. These details about deferred tax. Here we have related party disclosure. We need to more focus on this related party disclosures. Here holding companies Preferred Brands Food India Private Limited, Ultimate Holding Companies Preferred Brands International LLC, fellow subsidiaries Preferred Brands Australia Private Limited. The key management is Ravi Nigam and Sohel Shikari. Relatives of key managerial personnel is KS Shikari and Associates. We need to check about this one KS Shikari Associates and Sohel Shikari relationship. Here we have transactions between holding company and subsidiaries. Here sales 12 crores 22 lakhs 86,000. Previous year is 1 crore 47 lakhs 14 crores 71 lakhs. And this below subsidy, we need to focus on these things. Later, remuneration for key management personnel. Here remuneration in 2004, that is 33 lakhs. In 2005, 6 40 lakhs. Interest paid 3 lakhs 84,000 due to loans from management. Previous year 4 lakhs 12,000. Loans accepted 34 lakhs. Previous year 50 lakhs. That means they paid 16 lakhs. So here we have segment information for the year end 2006. We need to concentrate on these things. Like for RTS, here result is 77 crores 31 lakhs. In 2005, 5 crores 41 lakhs. For cold storage, 57 lakhs. Totally 7 crores 89 lakhs. Previous year is 5 crores 70 lakhs. Like we need to check all the things in detail. Here we need to concentrate on revenue by geographical market 2006-2005. In India, total 2005 they got 4 crores 45 lakhs. 2006 6 crores 38 lakhs. It was increased. This is a positive point. Outside India, previous year 18 crores 47,000. 2006 20 crores 44 lakhs. So in India it was increased and outside India also it was increased. That is the positive point. So totally previous year is 22 crores 92 lakhs. 2006 26 crores 82 lakhs. Totally 4 crores was increased. Here the company is organized into two main business segments. One is ready to serve, which also includes frozen vegetables. Cold storage comprising of providing cold storage on rental basis and processing activities. Segments have been identified and reported taking into account the nature of products and services, the differing risks and returns, the organization structure and the internal financial reporting systems. We'll exclude these things. Here installed capacity, we need to think about these things. Here ready to serve foods. Installed capacity is 50 lakhs metric tons. Previous year also same thing. But actual production previous year is 15 lakhs. This year 20 lakhs metric tons. Frozen vegetables, these 10 crores. So here actual production was increased. In inventory of finished goods, So here sales turnover ready to serve foods. So previous year is 20 crores 33 lakhs. Here 22 crores 46 lakhs. It was increased. This is positive point. And here also ready to serve foods. Metric tons is 1717. In current year 1988. So here ready to serve foods was increased. And also frozen vegetables also increased from 25 metric tons to 46 metric tons. Here profit also increased 5 crores 5 lakhs 95,000 to 13 lakhs. So here material consumed, raw material consumed is previous year 11 crores 32 lakhs. This year 12 crores 98 lakhs. So here remuneration is 39 lakhs 98,000 for whole time directors. And non-whole time directors fees is 1 lakh 60,000. Totally they paid 42 lakhs 85,000. We will exclude these things. This cash flow statement from operating activities. So here if you see this is a net cash flow from operating activities. So previous year is negative. Here 1 crore 68 lakhs. This year positive, that is 8 crore 27 lakhs. So this is a positive point. Cash flow from investing activities. Purchase of fixed asset, that is 2 crores 34 lakhs. Sale of fixed assets, nothing. That means they invested on fixed assets. Cash flow from financing activities. Change in long term borrowings, that is 5 crores 5 lakhs. They paid debt. Here interest expenses, that is 77 lakhs. Previous year 1 crore 4 lakh. Interest income here 18 lakhs. That's it. Here we have financial statement in according with United States General Accepted Accounting Principle. We'll exclude these things. Conclusion is, here we have financial highlights. So revenue was increased from 22 crores to 26 crores. Cost of revenue is 12 crores to 13 crores. So here net profit is, in 2004-5 they have lost 26 lakhs. 2005-6 they have profit as 55 lakhs 81,000. This is a positive point. Here share capital is same throughout years. So results also same. If you see this one, debt to equity ratio. So here 0.14 later increased, but in 2006 it was reduced to 0.15. So this is positive point. So here earning per share also increased to 2.17 from negative 1.05. That's it about 2006 annual report. In next video, we'll check about 2007 annual report. That's it for today. If you like this video, please share with your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.